This video is called Salad Fingers and Shyness, and I wanted to address both of them because I got a lot of negative comments for Shyness, and I ended up getting a couple of negative comments for Salad Fingers. And I'm addressing this to both Mutikin3 and Cap903, which I find very interesting. Neither one of them have a single video up on their channel, and they have no subscribers whatsoever, and then they reply back to me. I don't know. I doubt that either one of them have any kind of psychology degree. They probably didn't do any research. They probably watched my video. One of them watched my Shyness video. One of them watched my Salad Fingers video. And they didn't research what I was saying. They didn't really realize the ramifications of what I was talking about. And then they replied back to me. Okay, I'm going to start with Mutikin3. The reason is that I find what she said a little more interesting. Okay, here was the point I was driving home. Shyness is introverted. Okay, now I don't know how many people you know that are introverted people, but these people have a lot of problems in their life. They can become clinically depressed. They can have suicidal tendencies. They can perish themselves. Okay, they can end up with eating disorders. They can end up with medical disorders. Let's put it to you in a perspective like this. Let's say that they were part of a neighborhood watch, and they saw their house wasn't burning, but they saw one of their neighbor houses were burning, okay? But they're so shy that they can't pick up the phone and call in and say, hey, there's a house burning over here, and we need you to get over here right away and put this burning house out. Because they're crippled by their shyness. That's what I'm trying to get to you. Cyberbullying and real-life bullying, both. Okay, and it doesn't necessarily have to be the person being introverted that's getting bullied, although they can become real good targets. It can be that they have friends that are being targeted for bullying. They can't stand up for their friends because, after all, they're so unbelievably introverted that they can't even stand up for themselves, much less their friends. So that leads to more problems. And like I said in one of my videos, I ended up with a car crash back in 2008. That's a serious situation. I was able to overcome my shyness. I picked up the phone and I called for help. Introverted people of that magnitude simply cannot do so. It's crippling. It's a life-crippling situation. What if they discover some kind of lump in their body? It wouldn't have to be in their breasts or any place. It could be anywhere. They suddenly develop this. They find that they have a lump in themselves. It turns out to be cancerous. Well, if they become that introverted, they don't go see the doctor, that situation becomes life-threatening, and there you go. So yes, shyness can be a life-threatening situation. And I shouldn't have to cite example after example after example to prove my point. And then people like you come along, and you try to shush people like me because you don't agree with my opinion, which is bad enough. But you're probably the same kind of people that say, oh, don't worry, sweetheart, it's okay to be shy, without realizing the ramifications of what shyness will do to a person. And then that person ends up being 6 feet in the ground, and you're sitting there going, oh, I should have known. Why does somebody have to end up 6 feet in the ground before you know? I begin to wonder about that. Now let's talk to Cap903, and I will tell you right now that this is not a joke. I'd be happy to pull up every single time some kid emulated a wrestler to the point where he ended up with bodily harm and possibly ended up in a casket. Kids tend to emulate what they see on TV and in the internet. I shouldn't have to illustrate that point to you. It's just there. And there are plenty of stories like this. Why didn't you research this before writing to me? And then, what really was interesting is I got a second comment on this that says Ted drops acid. No, Ted does not drop acid. Ted's just very well informed, and that's why Ted made that video. Okay? I shouldn't have to tell you all this. I mean, Jacob's videos should have researched what I was saying first before making that kind of a reply. My gosh, the internet right now is at your fingertips. Why didn't you research it? And do I have to prove it to you? Why don't you look it up for yourself? I shouldn't have to prove everything to you. But if we're going to play this elementary school stuff, we'll play elementary school. So that's my response. Short, sweet, and to the point. Before you people stand there and give me this kind of thunder, why don't you research what I'm saying first and see if I have any validity? You'll find out I do. Think it through first, then come see me. This channel is designed to get you people to think. Why didn't you check out all of those wonderful playlists that I had on my channel and see all of those educational videos before making a response to me? What, you thought you were cute or something? Won't be so cute when somebody ends up in a coffin 6 feet under and you could have done something about it and you decided not to. I doubt either one of you are parents. So, you really don't have a good frame of reference. But go ahead, challenge me. I'll take up your challenge. I love taking up a good challenge. But I don't want to become long-winded on this particular video. Just like I said, see what I'm saying, reason it out first, then come argue with me. And I'll stand by my points. Hopefully you guys all learned something from this. I've learned quite a bit. I've learned that people just are not thinking things through before replying to me. And that's sad. But enough about this. I'm going to tell you more in a future video, so stay tuned.